Hey, everybody, I want to try to get through this as quick as I can when it comes to explaining my own weight loss and talk about the body composition index. I think it's one of the most underutilized tools to help somebody assess their progress when it comes to their weight loss or physique goals. That's really underutilized by professionals all over. It just blows my mind that it's not being used nearly to what it is. So, what the body composition index is, and so it's not the body mass index, very separate things. Body mass index, it just takes your weight, your height, and it kind of gauges if you're in normal ranges or not. The body composition index is very different. What the body composition index is a number that takes your what happened with your body fat, what happened to your fat free mass, and we see if you're moving in an upward trend, so in a good direction or a bad direction. Now, to move in a good direction, we're looking at losing body fat and gaining muscle. And if we're moving in a bad direction, so somewhere that you don't really want to, we're looking at losing muscle and gaining fat. Now, it's so important to understand that I really feel that most people, it's not really just about weight loss. What it really is a change in body composition. I really think that's much more valuable. So whether I drop another pound or not, I don't really care. But what is super important is for me to lose more body fat so I can really be healthy. I can really be in ranges that I'll feel comfortable with. And for many people, I think that kind of gets lost because we don't track those numbers really effectively. So now let's get into my weight loss, and we'll start to kind of see how the body composition index really paints a much clearer picture. So on August 31st, I was 201 pounds, and on September 25th, I was 197.6 pounds. So I lost 3.4 pounds. So a total of zero point 0.9, almost 1 pound per week. So really, it's just kind of like yin yang of weight loss. It wasn't crazy. It wasn't terrible. I lost about a pound a week. So if I would do this for 26 weeks, well, I'd be down like almost 26 pounds. So that would be kind of exciting over the long term. But I put a lot of work in. I trained 5 days a week. I've had some conditioning. So I've done some low intensity, steady state stuff. So my ankle's blown, so I can't really do high intensity work yet. Um, so I'm doing conditioning 2, 3 times a week, resistance, so bodybuilding style training 5 days a week. I've monitored my nutrition. I've eaten in a modest calorie deficit. I've not dove into a gigantic deficit. And I've been very, very consistent over this past month. So to only see 3.4 pounds, I'm not going to lie to you to say that I wasn't kind of disappointed. And kind of in part why I made this video. So now if we think of the body composition index, the beautiful thing is everyone starts at zero every time we assess this. So zero is where you're at, up is the goal. So if we take a much deeper dive, we see that fat mass, I lost 7.1 pounds during that same month. So things start to get really interesting, right? And fat-free mass, I lost 3.7 pounds. So now things get really interesting because it's pretty interesting here that I gained more fat-free mass than body weight that I lost. So I'll explain that in a second. So the body composition index means that I had a positive change in my composition by almost 11 pounds. That paints a much different, very crystal clear picture versus the 3.4 pounds of just body weight that I lost. So to move in the right direction by almost 11 pounds, that is way more motivating than just saying, oh, okay, I guess I'll do that again. And to see this change, because sometimes when it comes to weight loss, sometimes you don't really lose a lot. Sometimes it's just not changing. But if you're tracking your body composition, then we'll see changes there. So I really feel, as I mentioned, that it's not really just about weight loss. I think it's more so about body composition changes. I think that matters more to people than anything, really. Ultimately, like some people, yes, of course, you should be losing weight because you might be too maybe too heavy for a lot of different metabolic diseases, and the goal should be for you to achieve weight loss. But ultimately, the goal should be to have a change in your body composition. So a decrease in fat mass, an increase in fat-free mass, hopefully a little both, kind of what happened in my instance, to really track those changes. So to see that 11, almost 11 pound change when it comes to my own weight loss, my own body composition changes, is way more motivating than saying, okay, well, cool, 3.4 pounds. I know the amount of work that I put in. I know how diligent I was on tracking, on meal prep with my wife, all that good stuff. So to see that, I'm like, dang, I really was hoping for better. But better did happen. Better happened in me losing double the fat mass than I did lose body weight in that time period because of the gain in fat free mass. So paints a much different picture. And I really think that the value of the body composition index is really very understated. Now, I've seen all kinds of stuff happen. Now, I've seen people jump into much too deep of a calorie deficit and them lose a lot of fat mass, fat-free mass, I should say. And some people, unfortunately, they weren't training their nutrition. They were barely eating at all. They weren't active, so they end up losing a lot of fat-free mass. So their body composition it barely changed after a month. Like that's not what we're looking for, right? Of course, they were kind of motivated because they lost weight, but then we've seen that the body fat percentage really didn't change much. It's really not as motivating. So I really hope this clears things up on just how beneficial a body composition change is versus just weight loss. So I would much rather, let's just say, for all intents and purposes, I don't ever lose another pound, but I keep making changes to my body composition index, and I'll just get, adding to adding more muscle, losing more body fat, even if those things always kind of stay at the same level where I'm kind of counterbalancing all of them out. Not that it's ever going to happen. I'd be super pumped because that means that my body fat percentage would be going down dramatically over time. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions about the body composition index, send it down in the comments down below. I'll be happy to talk to you about this and how I came to these calculations. I'm not going to bore you guys with stuff that looks like this kind of craziness. So anyways, that is it for me. I can't wait to talk more about this kind of stuff and to show you guys my own journey, to hopefully trigger some of you maybe to dig a little bit deeper into your own weight loss and health. So that is it for me. Hope you have an amazing day. I am out.